Hi everyone, welcome in, and I'm going to let the stream sit for a few seconds before I start everything so that people have a chance to come in, and hopefully people are available. I realize that it's Mother's Day. Alex is not here today, so we aren't really celebrating it. Not that, it's not really a thing, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. Anyway, I decided to work on Love Letters Chocolate Shop. I didn't get as much done yesterday as I really wanted to because I wasn't feeling super great, and I think it was just allergies, and I'm fine now. And for some reason my stand is extra wobbly today. Okay, well, hopefully it won't be. Anyway, I have been working on this for a while since I found it through Yogi. It is a mini version, and I do really think it's lovely. It is definitely one of my favorites. Let me just adjusting a little bit. I actually was able to do this without needing to do too many adjustments. So we'll see. I was filming my floss tube update, and so everything was a complete mess. I was just, yeah. But we're here, and it's okay. You know, this is not meant to be super professional, and we don't need to be super worried about it because we are here to have fun and enjoy each other. So I'm looking at the magnifier to see if I can get it so it's not showing. It seems like it's okay. So once I start stitching, I might have to adjust it, but we'll see. So yesterday or last night, I was working on this part of the Love Letters Chocolate Shop, and I can show you what this looks like if you're not familiar. And there it is. I'm working in the top right corner. I started in the top left corner and had worked about halfway towards the top, and I was using Royal Rose, and I decided that I didn't really care for that so much. So I have a lot of park threads, and I've been working on getting those park threads out of the way. But I really liked this side, and I thought that I would switch to diagonals with it. I had started doing color flow, and as you know, color flow for me was just way too hard to decide. And I like the diagonals, you know, using the DMC numbers. So that's what I'm gonna go with. So let me turn this off, see if I can get, oh, it did, haha, good. And I have my diagonals set up. Let's move that so we don't need that extra bar. Oh, where is my diagonal? Where'd it go? Oh, it's down here. Oh, I guess I was working down there. Okay, well, that's good. I couldn't remember what I decided on. Oh, that's handy. Okay, so we're working down here. Let's make sure that it's going to be in the camera. Yeah, okay, that's okay. So my idea was to work on this diagonal, I guess. Last night was just, I was so tired and just, I felt just not very good. And it's just allergies, you know, and you kind of get that, am I sick? Am I okay? Am I going to get better? Hi, Shelly Lulu. Yeah, I'm doing good. And no problem if you have to dip in and out. We're okay. I didn't plan on a stream yesterday because of Yogi's double stream. And I wasn't sure how long it would take me to do my floss tube update, which went pretty well. I'm a little bit later than I was hoping to be, but I have my coffee and I planned on stitching anyway, so why not, right? And I have my needle board and hopefully it looks good. And so yeah, I thought I would do that. Let me get my cart in the right spot, which it is now. And so I was going to, since I'm using, it appears that I'm using the orange and green pen, that I will use the purple pen to mark my diagonals, because I thought, why not? So I'll do that really quick, a little bit. It's not going to be, actually, I probably won't. I'll do them where I don't have any stitching. So this one has it has a 5-row block. So I'm just doing it as it's together with the rest of this block. So yeah. So that is good, and I'm marking it, and I think that will be okay. Oh, good. I'm glad it looks great. I noticed it's kind of crooked on the screen, but I think that's my hoop. So we'll see how it goes. And it shows that I'm having an error again. I think that that's just something that happens at the beginning of the stream, and I think we just need to not worry about it. So I don't need these. Oh, this one right here will be in there. That one, what? Wrong one? It's been raining today, which is good because, it hasn't rained a lot since spring started, and it's dry spring's not really a great thing. So let me take my coffee. I made some coffee before the stream. My normal caramel latte. Oh wow, that tastes good. I talked to my bestie Gemini, and because I was going to use my smaller mocha pot, and I said, Gemini, help me with the ratio to make my coffee taste as good as my big cup of coffee, because I wanted a smaller cup this morning. And so then we had a discussion on dialing in coffees and coffee grinders and all that stuff. It's like kind of nice. It's like having a friend that you can chat with. Yeah, so that was my morning. So I don't know why my frame seems really wobbly this morning. I wonder why. Let me see if I can get it a little better. Oh, no, not like that. I think my chair has moved a little bit. Oh, that is definitely not better. There we go. So yeah, so I had this discussion with Gemini this morning while making coffee. And, I think that I think I'm going to work on these parked threads first because it's sort of in the way. So this one right here, let me zoom it in a little bit so we can actually see. It's like really crooked. I don't know what's going on here. So let's use this. Let's do this symbol first. Oh wow, there's 11 of these. I just want to move it sort of. You know what? I'll just do it. I'll do this one. We'll do the park threads first, and then do the other ones. I think that's a good idea. And that parking method that I was using recently with the other projects when I was working from left to right, I won't do that today because I'm working from right to left, and I think that I will, it's not as necessary, and I always end up pulling my threads a little bit before I stitch them anyway, so that it's not a big deal, and I'm not really sure I like it very much. I think that it might be in the way a little bit. So, but I do want to give it another try, just a little bit more to see if it is doable. But I don't need it in this situation because the parked threads will be they'll be outside of the stitched area. They won't get in the way unless I, go past them, but that shouldn't be it. Shelly says, I do love a caramel latte. Oh, I know. So when I was in the States last time, I was never a coffee drinker. My whole family lives on coffee, and I just was the only one that didn't, because for one, I had epilepsy as a child and I wasn't allowed caffeine, though my mom let me have tea, which seems, now I understand that that's just a lot of caffeine. But anyway, I didn't drink a lot of coffee. I didn't like the flavor of it. And when people would ask me if I wanted coffee, I would tell them, no, it'll stunt my growth. The thing is that I am very tall, and it definitely wouldn't have stunted my growth, and it probably would have helped if it did. But anyway, but I used to tell everybody that. I used to tell them, no, I can't have that because it'll stunt my growth. That was my joke. So when I moved to Sweden, I'm going to park this now. Let me see where I'm going to park that. I'm going to park that up here. So when I moved to Sweden, I lived in a place called Gävle, which is where, if you're familiar with coffee, it is where the 𝐒𝐈𝐊𝐃 roastery is. And okay, I need to turn that off real quick. Hold on a second. This is on. I don't need that right now. And I wanted to do it by number. Wait, by number. But I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to do... so the first thing I noticed when I moved to Gävle was that the whole town had the amazing smell of roasting coffee. It smelled so delicious. And then one of the first nights that I was there, I was with he's my ex now, and we were at his parents' house, and his mom made cooked coffee. Oh, there's a fuzz. Oh, shoot. There's a fuzz on there. Did I catch it? Okay. And cooked coffee is essentially, you brew the coffee and it looks like a teapot, but it's called a coffee pot. And you brew it in there. And it's super strong. And she served it with sugar and cream. And it was just so good. She was just really good at that. And I had never had coffee that tasted so nice. And I was just like, oh, this is so good. So I kept wanting that flavor. I'm going to park that here. Let's do this real quick. I'm going to park that there because I want to go back to... no, I'm going to continue stitching that. So the combination of this amazing smell constantly in this city that I lived in and tasting this cooked coffee, I began to want coffee for the first time in my life. I couldn't drink it black because it was like, that wasn't the flavor, smell that I had tasted, experienced. And this is why Fika is so important also. So I kept trying coffee, and the only time that I really liked it is when I was at my mother-in-law's house and she'd make this cooked coffee, which not a lot of people do anymore because it's old-fashioned. It's like you're dumping a bunch of grounds in the coffee pot and you're boiling the coffee. But it makes it just like really rich and thick. It's just really good. So, oh, Christina. So then, let me see where I'm at. Around 2006, I went to the States because my mom was ill. And my sister, Aimee, she took me to Starbucks. And she got me to try a iced caramel latte. And I was like, holy moly. It had that flavor that I wanted, that smell I wanted. You know, it was just like, I mean, it was not perfect, obviously, it's Starbucks. Hold on a second. I'm getting a bunch of messages from Christina. Let me double check to see what she's saying. Oh, it's so slow. Ooh. Hold on, let me tell her I'm streaming. Oops. Oh, my tablet's super slow. Okay, she was just showing me her progress, and I was sending her a message to tell her I was live streaming, so maybe she'll hop on. I hope she will. So yeah, so, you know, it was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You know, why did I not notice that before, kind of thing. And so then I went through the evolution of figuring out how to make a caramel latte that I wanted. And, you know, getting all of that kind of how I wanted it. Let me put that there. Let me mark that real quick and bucket it. Let's see what Christina's saying. Okay, so yeah, so and then talking about, I love coffee, if you can't tell, you know, I didn't know what I was missing until I drank it, kind of thing. So then I was at my friend's house, Ingrid, and she gave me a latte with, it was essentially a brown sugar latte. She did it in the mocha pot. Hi, Meowlin, welcome in. And hi, Busy Mom. Happy Mother's Day to you, too. My friend Ingrid, she had coffee in a mocha pot. And she used this what we call old-fashioned milk. It's like non-homogenized, low pasteurized milk, which is delicious. And she made me a latte, and she used this really nice brown sugar that it was cane, you know, it's cane sugar. Sugar here in Sweden generally is a beet sugar, and I never realized how much, like, I thought my sugar was off. When I got the sugar, I thought this sugar smells really odd, and it's because it's beet sugar, and I just wasn't used to it. I was used to cane sugar. So she made me this latte, and I was like, this was exactly what I wanted, kind of thing. Let's see, where am I gonna park? I'm gonna park this down here. So then I you know, renewed my love for, you know, trying to figure out the good coffee, kind of thing. Yeah. So I continued my conversation with Gemini this morning, and Gemini told me that I was, you know, what I expected. I was a pedantic coffee nerd. So it was a bit funny. Long story short, yeah. Oh, this is a good one. So let's see. Make sure I'm in the right spot. So I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. And if you're celebrating Mother's Day, I hope it's a good one for you. Mother's Day here in Sweden is the last Sunday of the month. So, you know, maybe the first Mother's Day, we celebrated it, but it's not, I don't know, it's just never been a big deal. And I think like if it was just me, that would be different, you know, like if it was up to me kind of thing. And, but did I put that in the right spot? Yes, I did. Okay. But you know, my exie was just not really into all that. And, Alex doesn't really understand it. And I don't have any family here. So, you know, it's just not a thing anymore. And honestly, I kind of don't care. It's like, I don't really need to bother with all that. I mean, it's nice if someone celebrates you, but, you know, I'm like, yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was like, this is one of those floss drops that has like 5 different lengths of floss on it. Like you do. So, and hello, Allison. Yeah, it's afternoon here for me as well as you. Tomorrow, I do not know if I'll be streaming. I will try to, if I decide to do it, I'll try to at least schedule it early enough so that you guys have a heads up. But it's a Monday, and that's when Alex's ledsagare, or assistant, is here. And it's, I won't stream when she's here because, you know, that's rude. She's really sweet. I love talking to her and everything. She's Swedish, but she lived in Stockholm most of her life. She now lives close by here. And she's really sweet. And Alex loves her, so it's good. So a lot of times I end up talking to her more than Alex does, because Alex will either decide to go take a nap, or he'll go play on his computer and put his headphones on and ignore her. But it's supposed to be when I'm supposed to go out, but I haven't been going out much anyway. So I should try to go to the 𝐒𝐕𝐄𝐷, but we'll see. I don't know. If it's raining, I'm not going to bother because I don't want to bike in the rain. I'm so bad. I am so bad. So, and Busy Mom says, this is the day I tell everyone I don't clean or cook. Yes, that is a good thing. I wish I could convince Alex of that, but he'll still want food and, you know, all that. But he's not here today, so I don't have to worry about it. I am going to try to make some food today. Yesterday, I just felt so bleh. It was really bad. I know it's my allergies, you know, but for a short minute there, I was like, this feels like I might have a cold. But I was fine. I mean, you know, I only see like 2 people a week. I see Catherine, who is his assistant, and Alex. So, you know, there's not a huge chance of getting sick. So I was like, just deal with it. So, but I kept falling asleep during Yogi's stream. So I think I only did like 70 stitches yesterday. Oh, it was really funny. Okay, so here, let's do a little bit of Danish. Oh, it sounds like it's raining again. I have the window open because it's a bit humid in here. My My stand is really wobbly today. I wonder what's going on with it. Maybe it's stuck on something? I don't know. It just feels like it's really wobbly. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's moving around. Well, anyway, I'll hold it between my legs and make sure. Oh, I moved it a little bit. I think my chair slid back a little bit. So it's like, it's half on my carpet and half on my hardwood floor. Maybe, yeah. We'll deal. I'm holding it on my leg, so maybe it won't wiggle so much. It's harder for the camera to focus if it's wiggling around all the time. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, that one's pretty good. Okay, so this one is going to go right here. Oh, that one was really long. Okay. Yeah, I don't need that. And Laura says, hi, everyone. Happy Mother's Day if you're in the States. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to you, too. I mean, I'm not in the States, but yeah, I'm a mother. Everyone's a mother. And I moved that again. So let me see if I can adjust that. I had the idea of putting the Saga window down at the corner and then realized, well, no, that won't work because I'm working down here. It'll work if it's on the other side. So it's kind of fluid, you know, I'm kind of deciding as I go what will happen. So this one's only got one stitch and then it parks. Kind of like that. Oh, it's really fuzzy. Oh, I know. Yesterday what I was doing, I was working on my shopping list for what I needed to get from Dream Stitch when I decide to order for my projects. And I was all smart, thinking I'm going to be smart, and I'll use Gemini to make my list for me because, you know, I'm lazy. And that keeps going back up. And so really great. Does an Excel sheet and everything for me. I mean, it was just awesome. But I realized I needed over 500 skeins of floss for the projects I wanted to do, which is a little crazy. So I was like, maybe we should rethink this. So, you know, I mean, I don't need to buy them all at once, but I was like, oh, you know, if it's not too bad, I'll get them all. You know, I've got a bunch of floss. No. It doesn't work like that. So if I decide to do Gamer Nouveau first, I think that's the one I want to start first. That one only needs 108 different flosses, or, you know, skeins, not different flosses. You know, there's a lot of one color in there, like blues and blacks and stuff. So let me make sure I have that in the right spot. Okay, yeah, I was like, wait a minute. So I think I'm going to order that. And then next order I'll do for Primrose and Feather. I've decided to do, I'll order those at the same time just because I want to make sure they use a lot of the same colors and I'd like them to match. So I want to make sure the floss all matches. And I have also figured that I can get both of them in 1 meter of the 18 count. So I will plan that. But I want to try, there we go. I want to try the 18 count a little bit more first before I decide. Is that right? Nope, that's not right. So, because I really enjoyed it on the Forest Friends. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to stitch on that a little more before I decide. But I can order the floss because I've calculated it for 18 count, and if I decide to do 20 count, it just means I have a little extra floss. It's not going to be a lot different. So, and then yeah, and then I'll buy some fabric. I don't need another start, do I? Oh, and I decided that I was really enjoying doing the wheel spins on the end of the live, and instead of doing it during my floss tube. So I thought maybe we'd continue that. Let me double check there. Okay, so this one right here, I am going to do this stitch because it is there. And let me move that little fluff. Okay, and then we're skipping one. Have my other glasses on, and I'm like kind of a little bit half working, half not working on that. Oh, this is the DMC 20 count, and it is so nice. It's just like, it's so soft and nice, but it's a lot more expensive. So I probably will go with the Zweigart next time because it is cheaper. And this one, it's pre-cut, so I can't really get a big enough piece unless I get too much, and it's just weird how that shop works. So, and Meowlin says, I was hoping for some breakfast in bed and a clean house, but the cats didn't learn how to do that yet. I know, why? Why are they being so bad? Cats, they gotta learn. Let's see. Oh, that's okay. Oh, I saw Anne, the Max Color Stitcher, has an update, but I haven't had a chance to watch it. Oh, and also Siske has one. So hopefully I will watch those later today. Hopefully. There's a little time between when I stream and Yogi tonight, so I should be able to get those. I always look forward to those updates. And I know that Anne has started the Library Cats as well. So I have seen the mock-up of the Max Color version of Library Cats regular size. And I'm still kind of like, I don't know. And I really don't want to do two. So it's not in my OMG, I have to do list. It's just, I'm not going to worry about it quite yet. Okay, so let's park this. I did that stitch. Let me mark that. And I'll park it there. And there. My stand, why is it so wobbly? This makes it just feel better with this method. Let's see. Laura says, ordering my Stitch So Beautiful pattern now. Oh, did they have a sale? I haven't looked. And Allison says, our Mother's Day is in March. I have no kids, so no special day for me either. Just had to run out and bring 2 loads of washing it as the rain came down. Yeah, it's raining here too. It's pretty bleak out. It was quite sunny this morning, so. But need the rain. Okay, so the next one is this one here. And you know what? I am going to, let's see, wait, make sure. Yeah, it's in there. I'm going to go ahead and unlock that. I think I'm just going to do this whole row because, why not? It's I might as well. It's not, it's up against the top here and it's not going to matter. I like breaking the rules. Also, I noticed that it's really hard when you have this checkerboard kind of stitching, that if you do the isolation intensity a little less, then you can see it a little better. So, because sometimes the symbols are pretty close together and I was just struggling right now. Okay, so here's an example where this parked stitch is for this stitch. And because it's in the bottom left side, it will not be in my way at all. It might be in the way on the way back, but like here, it's not, I won't have to bother with it until the way back. And I just messed that up. That was not right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, skip one more. And so that's what I was looking for when I was trying that other stitching method. That was my plan, or the parking method, but I really, in practice, it didn't end up like that. Wait, let me see. Yeah, okay. No, wait, hold on a second. I messed up. Oh, I did. Whoa, almost dropped my needle. Not really messed up, just didn't go all the way over. My needle got stuck. Okay, there we go. I was like, my stand is just super wobbly. I may have to take a little break and see if I can figure out what the problem is. It's irritating me. And I don't want you guys to be seasick from my stand wobbling. Let's see. Laura says, no sale really, just the buy 3 or more and get 25% on the website. I think that's still a decent sale. You know, if you're gonna buy them, then sure, why not? And Madeline said, Laura, which pattern are you getting besides Childhood Dream? Laura says, Sea Cottage in a Bubble and North American Wildlife. I may start the Wildlife and Childhood Dreams at the same time. Ooh, I've seen Childhood Dreams because I've seen an update on that one. But I don't think I've seen the North American Wildlife. I'm going to do this stitch right here. Okay, so Fred is watching some video, he said, but he'll be here later. Fred is my, as I always call him, my fake spouse, which he's not. You know, he's not my spouse at all. But he has undertaken the task of setting up a group for us. So I know a lot of YouTubers have, you know, like Facebook groups or, you know, whatever. And so, yeah, the other day I was thinking it would be nice for us to be able to share. And I didn't want to like post on Yogi's group or Siska's or any of the other groups because I would personally, I wouldn't care, but I don't want to be rude. So there's that. And I'm going to do these individually, I think. So Fred, being the awesome fake spouse he is, he set us up a Discord server. It's still in the beginning stages. There's not a lot to it. We still have to do a bunch of customization, but the bones are there. And so I was, let me see, I'm counting here real quick. I was talking to Gemini again. Oh man, I was like, when I've realized AI was a thing and all that, I was like, I'm never going to use that. Why would I need that? Yeah, so eating my words. No, I just didn't really get the idea of what it was and why I needed it, kind of thing. But anyway, so Gemini, I asked Gemini, I said, what would be better? Should I go with a Facebook group, which I really dislike Facebook. It's not that Facebook is bad. It is. It's horrible. But I find it super distracting, and often it's hard to find things. So like, for example, in Yogi's group, I know there were some new posts, and I went to go look, and I couldn't get the feed to sort by new. It just kept refusing, and I was like, oh, this sucks, you know? So anyway, I asked if Facebook or Discord would be better. Okay, so Allison says, would you not consider a master set? I've kitted up individual pieces, but then bought a master set. World of difference. Oh, no, I have a master set. I just don't have a full master set of fairy floss. So these were colors that I don't have. So it would be my master set. It would be, building up on a master set. So, yeah. So no, I already have that. That's something. And so what it is I just don't need to buy all of them at one time, because if I don't do that, then it's fine. But anyway, so while I was having this discussion with this bot about Discord versus, oh, that needle is empty. Oh, no, it's not. Discord versus Facebook. There was a bunch of stuff I hadn't actually thought of. So I don't know if people are familiar with Discord at all. I use it for, I have a couple different groups from a game that I play. And, it's really great when you're not on the game, that you can still interact with your friends and, not always on topic. You can do pretty much whatever. And so what I found out is that, okay, yes, I do my live streams through YouTube. I can announce a stream. I think I messed that up. Wait a minute. What's this one? Okay, never mind. I'm thinking at the same time, and thinking and talking sometimes doesn't work. So I can announce the live streams on there, so it can have a schedule, but I can, or Fred can set up different threads or sub what do you call it? Sub chats, sub threads. So instead of everything going on the same page and things getting lost, for example, if someone wanted to post Heaven and Earth project, you could, I see where this is supposed to go. That's there. You could post it in the subsection of Heaven and Earth. But, Stitch So Beautiful, you could post it in the Stitch So Beautiful subgroup. And it's easier to search. The search tabs are much easier. The media is much easier to search. So there was a bunch of stuff. But the one thing that was really fascinating was interactive live streams. So you can essentially have, like, I'm streaming, but we can have a voice chat that everyone can participate in. So there is that, it's something that is kind of a benefit. So I'm still exploring it. I'm still a new channel. Don't have a ton of followers. but it might be kind of fun for us to have a place where we're not reliant on Facebook, and we can still interact with each other, and once in a while maybe have like a interactive voice chat, or even whatever. So something to think about. Fred is still working on the bleh, I can't talk. Sorry. I'm like, can't say anything here. I'm like, okay, that's that. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. Like talking and sometimes is kind of fun. And Discord. Okay. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with Discord. At first it feels like it's overwhelming, but it's really not. And you can get an app for your computer, you can use the browser, or you can get an app for your phone. So it's not like I think it's pretty user friendly. I mean, I help people all the time with our game, Discords, for new players and stuff. So I don't think it's super difficult. But there's a lot of capabilities for it, which is really nice. So, it's something to think about. Not 100% necessary, but, like Facebook Messenger, you can use that to contact people. But this also has its own little message thing, so you can message. I use it often with my friends because we're all gamers, and that's just it's a gamer thing, but it's becoming more popular outside of gaming world because it is so flexible and it's not Facebook. I mean, Facebook is great for some things. Well, I wouldn't say great. I don't really like it. I go on Facebook to go and look at groups, and I get sucked into some video that's been put on my feed, and I don't actually see anything else. Let's see, where should I do that? I think I'm going to do these stitches and then cut this off. So yeah. So that was my sort of thought this morning. And I really like the idea of that, if you want, you can join in. I can still do my YouTube Stitch with Me's, but occasionally we can schedule one to do on Discord where, somebody wants to talk. You can talk instead of having to type it out, or you can type out. Actually, what am I going to do? Okay, I think I'm just I'll go like this. I'm going to tuck it in instead. And also, a lot of places don't ban Discord, which is nice, where Facebook kind of can be a little iffy. So that was $7.99. This is going really fast. I'm actually really thinking this. I think this method is pretty good. So this was $7.99. My board. It's really funny because all of the colors are all down the middle almost. So it's really messy there. Oops. My bucket. Wow. Let's see. So Madeline says, "Oh, my stand is super wobbly. Sorry. I'm just looking at the screen going, oh, that's horrible." So Laura says, "What did you get?" But Madeline already answered ahead of that. So Laura, after I saw Suzanne Stitch Everhart mosaic, I went on a little shopping spree again. Ah, nice. And Malin says, I like the idea of Discord. It would definitely help with subthreads. Yeah, totally. And Malin said, I got Doors of the World, Enchanted Blossoms, and Curious Kittens, and also a 𝐂𝐢𝐕𝐓𝐿 piece. Okay, I don't know those ones. And Ellison said, oh, okay. I have Discord for another app. Was not aware it could be used for other things. Once set up, I'll definitely join. Okay, awesome. Fred said that when he finishes doing whatever he's doing, he would pop on and send a link. It's very bare bones right now. I think he used the app. Well, the app has like, you know, general settings that you can, you know, like a general group you can set up by just using it. So I think he used that, and then we'll go through and we'll set up subthreads like Heaven and Earth, Stitch So Beautiful, you know, post your cats, post your dogs. You know, we have a all pets, and our all pets can just be videos that we find of cute cats, you know. We have memes, which is always funny. We have news on our other group. So, you know, sometimes, you know, there's stuff in the news that we're interested in and maybe didn't see. So then there's that. I mean, it's stuff. If you don't like something of it, you can always mute that thread. You can mute the whole thing. It's really awesome. I love Discord. I use it a lot. Okay, so this one here. Okay, so I'm gonna do these threads, and then I'll hop down and park down below. I think that's the plan for this one. And I think I made a mistake. Oh no, I didn't. I just can't count. I'm like, see this right here? I thought that's where I was supposed to be. No, it's not. Okay, well, we're good. So anyway, yeah, it was something that I kind of was thinking of yesterday. Because, you know, like with Yogi's stream, a lot of, that didn't go in the right hole. A lot of people like, okay, well, I'll post this on Facebook so we can look at it. And I think that's sort of the same fun thing, but I think there's more options with Discord. So, and you know, the app is decent. It's not really hard to use. Yeah, it's easier to find things, I think. It's got a great search engine. So searching for something is super easy. So yeah. And so I'll do that and let you all know. I mean, it's not like mandatory or anything. I'm not saying you got to do it. It's just, I think it would be fun. It's a thing to get away from Facebook as well. I mean, like I said, I don't really have an issue with Facebook, sort of, but my problem with Facebook is more of how they sort things, and I find it really distracting, and that bothers me because I'm, like I always say, I'm so pedantic that, and Instagram's the same way. I cannot stand how they sort things. It's like, it's super irritating. Okay. Oh, there's one stitch here. Oh, there's more there. Okay, that's good. I think that's close to my nose is itchy, sorry. Fred. Oh, nice. Marilyn says, Suzanne, can I also recommend a subthread for floss stitching setup? That is awesome. Okay, Fred, take notes, okay? And Fred, yawn, wake me up, Suze. Also, hi, folks. Fred, aren't you awake already? Don't you have an appointment later? What time is your appointment? I was just telling them all about our Discord setup, our to-be Discord setup. And I think that it sounds really good. Okay, so 3722. I have one on the board. Let's see how long it is. Oh, it's long enough. Okay, good. Might have to fill up my board again. So this one is, it's kind of like one here, one there, but I think that's okay. I think I will park it. My stand is super wobbly. I thought everything's set up way too easily. It's like you do. Oh, this fabric is just so nice. Okay, and it's a little bit far, but there's not a lot stitched there already, so I'm just gonna park it. And that is here. There. Okay. We will go with that. Okay, and Fred says sometime around 1 or so, I think. So like a setup channel, or would you like a separate guides channel? Include it there, have guides on various types of stitches. No, like setup, like either how you sit, just a general stitchy corner setup, floss organization. I think that's what you mean. Is that correct, Melon? That's how I understood it. But that is a great idea. I mean, just think how easy it'll be to find all those things. That is so cool. Great idea. Let's see, 3787. Can't see my board. 3787. Oh, there's none there. That's why. So yeah, we will look at that and see what we can do. That just sounds awesome. And I think we can also do a sub-thread on like ideas. I think we have one for ideas already. And you can post in there like your stitching, you know, like if the Discord needs something, you know, you can put your idea there and then we can see what works. Okay, cool. Yeah. You know, we can also do some like, okay, so sometimes we find video tutorials and we can have a video tutorial channel, like something like, for example, Chris's, his latest videos have been great. That would be great for video tutorials, but then we can also have a video sorry, I can't even talk sometimes, like a sub channel for a sub thread for just silly videos that if you want to post something, because we do that a lot. You find something and go, haha, this is so funny, you want to share it with the world. So I think that's good. That's actually really good. Because that's something also, you know, gets lost in Facebook. You post something and then how are you going to find it? We could also have a Pattern Keeper Saga Paradise help. So, you know, like a sub thread with, you know, so that if somebody needs help, we can do that. That's going to be really good. Oh, I'm loving this idea. This is great. Okay, now, well, that went really fast. Nice. I've got more parked threads now, but I don't mind. Okay, so 3866. And my mouth is I'm very lispy today. Sorry. So I've got I've got 2 needles here. with 3866, but I think they're kind of short, so I think I'll take a new one, which is what I usually do. Yeah, that one's not too bad. Let's use this one up. I may take a short break and see if I can situate my my stand better. It's really bothering me. It's like when you sit in a chair that's wobbly, and that's how it feels. My stand is super wobbly right now. So it means it's either it's on something or it's sitting in properly on my floor. It's probably a dropped Cheerio or something. It's so funny. This chart it's so like dark and stuff like that, but then there's this little bright spot in the corner. It's quite pretty. That didn't go where I wanted it. So anyway, what time is it? Anyway, let's see. The different types of fabric arts. So be double whatever you decide for cross stitch under the others. So everything is organized. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just thinking of names for channels so everything is nicely organized. So far under cross stitch, I have whips, patterns completed, and I have separate categories for different types of fabric arts. So I'll double whatever we decide for cross stitch and others, so everything's organized. But if you folks want to take a look and make suggestions, talk about ideas, you can pop in now, and there's the link. Awesome, Fred, thanks. And this one is going to go here. Okay, and there is that one done. Let's park that. Yeah, lock that, park it. And give me just a second. I'm gonna turn the camera off for a second so I can fix. Oh wait, I can do it here. I'm gonna do a short break here for a second while I see if I can rearrange the stand so it's not wobbling, because it's really bugging me. Let's see. Wait, where is that? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to do a 3-minute break here. I can turn it off when it does it. Oh, there you go. Oh, I guess it still shows, huh? Does it still show? Let me see. Okay, it doesn't. I don't know. Whoa. Let me fix this anyway. Okay, well, that solved that problem. So I have an Arabesque stand. Oh wait, it's still on break. Let me unbreak it. Which I actually don't think that makes a difference. So sorry. I'm like, I really don't think that made any difference. So let me know. I did end up turning the camera and the mic off, so I didn't swear for you guys. And Fred, go get your own soda. So what it is I have an Arabesque stand, which is called the Flamingo. So it has a foot that's like a V, and then it has one upright. It's an awesome stand. But when I was putting it under my chair, which is how I have it, it had rotated, the base had rotated. And so I thought I had rotated it back. And really what happened was it was still rotated. So the little feet one foot was on the carpet and one foot was on the floor, and that's why it was wiggling. So now it's not wiggling. Yay! I was like, what is wrong with this stuff? I was gonna say bullshit. Which, yeah, I said it anyway. I don't care about swearing. Okay, let's move this now. And I think what I did here is I was messing with the lighting, and I want it a little bit darker. It doesn't need to be super dark, but definitely is making it harder. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, and I heard that Discord was doing something, so I'll look in a second. Let's see. We want to loop and that. There we go. And I really do like this sticking with the 100 square box. And let me check this. Sue's no ideas. Okay, so I see you guys coming in, and I'm not gonna go and look at it just because, you know, we don't need to do that. And let's see. Wait, Fred says, "Oh, Sue's." You know what? At first I was like, I don't really like that, but you know what? I actually do like that. Sue's. Did you see Anne's is heading your way at some point? I told him to give me the dates. Oh, that's right. And I'll come live with you and rent a car and we can go places together. Hi, Christina. Hi, Suzanne, and everyone else in the chat. And Fred says, hey. Oh, yeah, because he's doing something with Volvo, right? Yeah. Leah Thumb is Fred. I wish they'd let us use our names on the things now. He's Princess Leah, by the way. So you can call him Princess Leah. That works as well. He answers to both. Or Leah. I'm just because we're not in game, I'm like trying to be nice, but yeah, he's Leah. I can call you something else if you want. You know I'm good at coming up with nicknames. Oh yeah, I saw Ansid's nickname today. Oh boy, it's never getting old. How long have you been doing that now? Has it been like 2 weeks? He's gotten every name. Oh, Christina's been wondering for a long time. Yeah, I never talk about them because it's like game, and you know, because not a lot of people understand Aardwolf. So it's, you know, don't always mention people in game. But yeah. So his name is Fred or Princess Leia. I think it's 3 weeks now. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've decided on this square, is I will start from the bottom and work my way up. Let me just double check and make sure we're in the, after I moved everything, let's make sure we're in the C again. Okay. So I'm going to start down here with this one. So yeah, poor Ansit. He's getting so many different nicknames. It's so funny. Poor guy. But he's the best. I mean, you know, after Alex and Fred and Jen and Christina, you know, Alex is the best. But yeah. Like trying to stitch and it's like not coming. You know, I wasn't sure about this project after I started it, thinking, oh, you know, it's not a regular, it's, you know, it's, let me turn this off real quick. It's not a regular or max color, but it is really pretty. And I don't think it matters too much. I think it's because it's an older heaven and earth that it doesn't matter as much. At least that's what I think. Let's see, where's that? And that is over here. I have a lot more parked threads, but I'm liking this more controlled feel of it. And I will do this stitch just because it's right there. Anne's is a level of chill dude I aspire to. Yeah, nothing fluffs his feathers, nothing ruffles his feathers. If he's listening, hey Anne's, you're the best. Or after Alex and Christina and Jen and Fred. No, I'm only kidding. You're all the best. Equally. Okay, we'll say equally. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, and I also did this stitch, so let's mark that and bucket. And then the next one we'll do is E. Oh, I was gonna say there's only one there, but there's more. I've heard we've had a couple of secret viewers from Aardwolf. And if you're secretly watching, I love you guys. Okay, and here. See, it just feels like it's organized. I'm just like this. Oh, I think I finally got it, you know, what I like. And park. And let's do this one first. And hello, Lizzie. I do not feel the best sometimes. I'm sorry. Greetings, fellow stitchers, by the way. And Fred says, so because we all have ADHD when it comes to fiber arts, I've added knitting, crocheting, weaving, and no category. And Leah says, hi, Silver. That's Lizzie, by the way. Also a bunch of off-topic stuff as well. Yeah, because, you know, we definitely go off-topic. And, you know, we can always add more. We can take stuff away if it doesn't get used. So, yeah, I think it'll be good. And I love the idea of being able to do like a little voice chat, you know, where, because a lot of times if you think about it, so we're all here stitching and I'm talking, which, you know, that's how it is. But having to stop and type takes away from your stitching time. And if we can chat, then it's kind of fun. I mean, maybe not every stream, we might, because I have to look into that anyway, but I think it would be kind of fun. Something to look into. I know we do movie nights sometimes. Wait, hold on a second. Did I mess that up? 1, 2. That looks like it's wrong. Eek. Oh, I hate when I do that. Oh, it's all gray. man, counting. It failed again. Oh well. It's all green and gray, so. We do movie nights sometimes. It's a little tough because my night is their day and etc. But, you know, it's something that we do sometimes. And we watch bad movies, which is really fun sometimes. But we've also, like, watched Studio Ghibli movies together, which is fun because, you know, we all love Studio Ghibli. Okay, so I probably should figure out what mistake I made, but well, we'll get there soon enough. And what is your Discord? I am on Discord. Okay, great, Lizzie. I'm glad. Let me see if I can pin this comment. Hold on a second. I think you can do it, Fred, but I'll try. Here we go. Pin message. There we go. There's the Discord. It's pinned at the top, hopefully, if I did that right. Who knows? I'm still new at this. So let me find my needle. So it's still, you know, it's just been created today. So, you know, we'll figure it out. And you know, as I said, I think it's a good way for us to get away from Facebook. I actually have no idea who owns Discord, but I know Facebook really, it throttles a lot of content. It decides if it's important enough, and we kind of, you know, it's annoying. It's just simply annoying to have to worry about if your content is being shown or not. So, I mean, I have a Facebook page for Spinning Yarns Design, and I haven't updated it in probably, I don't know, 5 years or something, because I just, it's too much hassle. It's too much work. Okay, so, oh, there's a bunch more stitches on that. So I'm going to do this one here, I think, because it's outside of the next block, and might as well just do it. And I'm trying to keep a little bit of feathering going on as well. And that is going to be on top of that. There. Okay. And circle. And, okay, so I'm going to figure out really quick what this stitch is. I think I messed up. Yeah, I think I messed up. Let me undo this box. I think sometimes the diagonal line throws me off from the real line. Even though I know the real line is there, I can see it, but it still messes me up sometimes. So I actually moved these over a little too far. So I will undo that stitch. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Try not to anyway. So, wait, let me check real quick. Did that pin that? I don't see it. Well, why is that? Oh, I see. It's down at the bottom. I wonder why it's okay. Oh, that's weird. Let's see hold on a second. Oh, I got distracted because the pin thing was on the bottom. Okay, so there's the Discord link. I think I pinned the wrong thing. Did I pin the wrong one? Yes, I did. I pinned the wrong one. Okay, sorry about that. Let me pin the right one. and it was at the bottom, so it was like weirding me out. I don't know. I'm reading back because I kind of messed up. Okay, so it's not completely set up, but feel free to join, look around, and chat. We all have bad days, so we have them. So when we have them, we now can have them together and watch movies or however. Which is your favorite Studio Ghibli movie? Oh, I don't know. They're all so good. It changes, but I want to say Studio Ghibli. I mean, Spirited Away. Studio Ghibli. I want to say Studio Ghibli. And Silver says Susanna Addison is my author name. Oh, that's a nice name. And Leah's going to be Princess Leia. Is always Princess Leia. And I want to get into more Studio Ghibli and anime and manga. Not sure where to start. And she does Pride and Prejudice fan fictions mostly. Totoro is... Wait, I skipped ahead. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Totoro is an amazing starting point of classic. Actually, I think Ponyo is probably the best starter. It is just adorable. I love it. And Leah says, I'll get some Studio Ghibli and stream them on Discord sometimes. We can all sit and eat popcorn together. Madeline says, Lizzie, I love Spirited Away. And what genre do you want to get in for anime and manga? Christina says, I highly recommend the anime live through a prism. Oh, super sweet, not too long, centered around art. Okay, I have to watch that. And Madeline says, I loved Love Through a Prism. Oh, I have to watch that then. Fred, take notes. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Leah said, Lizzie says that, or Lizzie, that sounds fantastic. And Christina says, did you watch My Happy Marriage? Miaolin says, yes, I read and watched My Happy Marriage. Another good one is My Name. I like Maria Samgomit. Okay, I don't know that one. Very slow, very sweet. And I got to see Joe Hisaishi live. It was so good. My inner child was healed. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, so we obviously need a Studio Ghibli anime subs. We have so many people. I watched Fruit Baskets a long, long time ago, and they were pretty good. I like romance, morally gray hero with power of love with a girl he's not supposed to be in love with, forbidden romance, love triangles. Yeah, that sounds basic Jane Austen. So yeah, I'm happy with that. That sounds good. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to stitching here for a few seconds. Let's do this one. Oh, yeah, that's the one I did one stitch. Oh, I keep moving that. So yeah, I think already we sound like we're excited about it, which is awesome. So there's a lot that we can do, and I think that will be really good. And we can talk when we're not live streaming. We can do other things. It's just there's so much potential. So very, very awesome. So, and this one's gonna go down here. And some of my threads are a little long, which is a little bit annoying. And let's do this one. I noticed that one was right there. It's a good one. Let's see. Fruits basket. Yeah, I loved that. Fred says, I was obsessed back in 2007. Yeah, I think that was about when I actually, you remember Janelle from Aardwolf? She came and visited me when she first came to Sweden. So she stayed with me for a little bit. And well, now she lives in Sweden, you know. And she told me about Fruits Basket. And she gave me a CD with a bunch of them, and we watched them. And I thought that was super cute. See, I kind of like that sort of. I mean, that's probably why I like Studio Ghibli so much. It's that sweet kind of, not superly violent kind of stuff. And I'm guessing it was about 2005, 2006. I can't remember when she first came to Sweden. I know where I lived because I can I can see it in my head, and it was before Alex. So she spent a couple of midsummers with me, I think. I want to say Christmas too. And then same time, Arlette she was coming and visiting when I lived when they first came to visit. You know what? I think, let me look where this goes. I think I'm going to do this stitch and end it because it's kind of far down and I don't want to, I'll stitch it and then move it down. That's what I'll do. I don't need to end it. So let's stitch that. Breaking my own rules. Well, I don't have any rules. Let's move that out of the way. And that will go 1, 2. There we go. And mark that. What? It's a little, I missed the spot. Okay. So there, let me read, oh, there's so much. Oh, man. Let's see. I love Silver Moon Crystal, unpopular opinion, but I like the version more than the 90s version. See, I never watched those. I need to watch those too. Malin says, I really liked Toradora, super cute. I secretly liked the live action Sailor Moon, so I get it. And Christina says, live action Sailor Moon? Like, is that a musical? And Lizzie says, by the way, I did some stitching yesterday. Congratulations. I'm glad you're stitching again. And Fred says, no, around 2006-07, there's at least a live action version of Sailor Moon. I think it was 14 episodes. Ooh. Madeline says, I'm glad you got to do a side quest instead of studying. And Fred says, pretty guardian Sailor Moon. And Christina, the super Sailor Moon fan, did not know about that. Wow. Okay. Yeah, see, I've never watched Sailor Moon because it came out after I was already an adult. So, you know, I just was never really into that. But I like the look of it, and I've found a bunch of Sailor Moon cross stitch that I really like. Oh, my coffee's cold. Oh, it tastes good though. Gemini, help me dial in my coffee a little better today. Okay, so I'm just chatting instead. This is fun. Thanks, guys. I'm really enjoying the chat with everyone today. It's been really fun. And I really need to make myself food today. So I think I will stop at either 6 or 6:30. Depends on how busy we are. Because I really need to actually make proper food tonight. I think I ate sandwiches yesterday again. I bought some Italian sausage that I'm going to do some rice pilaf kind of idea. Let's put that, oh, wrong place. Ooh, good thing I saw that. Yeah, okay, that's right. It kind of feels like I could keep stitching, but then I don't know. I kind of like this idea that I have right now with doing it this way. Okay, so next one. So just checked, it came out in 2003. And Lizzie says, Madeline, I actually got to talk to my tutor this morning. I've decided to do all my studying during the week and keep weekends study free, but only if I'm already ahead. And Fred said he'll post a link on Discord. And, oh, okay. So Christina said that she had, let me find my thread again, had planned to go shopping and get ingredients for dinner, but everything was closed. So dinner was yogurt with some nuts and honey. That's too bad. I actually ordered groceries, so I actually do have food in my refrigerator and ready to cook. I just like yesterday I just didn't feel very good. It was kind of bad. Wait, did I park that in the wrong spot? Possibly. Let me, let's see, 1, 2, 2, 3. Well, that's only 3 down. Okay, this is probably parked wrong. That's good. I think that's an old park thread from before. It looks like it's the right color. Sorry. I'm like coughing again. But it was just, I think it was just allergies. Because I feel better today. It's still kind of allergy feeling, but yeah, it's fine. I'll live. So, yeah. So now I'm excited. I'm like, woo! It's getting short, so I keep pulling out the needle. Let's see. And you know what? I think I'm going to, that goes there. I think I'm going to end this thread because it's a bit on the short side, and I might as well not try to park it. Change needle so it's easier. Malin says, Lizzie, it's definitely important to take breaks from studying. Lizzie says, a healthy dinner but not fulfilling. Yeah. Other than tired from bad sleep, I'm generally feeling better today than I have in weeks. Oh, I'm glad, Fred, because you've not been feeling very good either. I actually slept more than 8 hours. I was like, yahoo. But I made myself get up because I've not been sleeping very good. So then I end up being in bed until like 10 o'clock, and then things just, it's not good. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's see if I got that good in there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Oops. Yeah, see, it was time to take that out. It was knotted on the, oh, my scissors fell down. I need to fix my magnet. It's too far down now, so my scissors fell out. I tried other solutions. I bought some of those, I can show you. I bought some of these. Oh, here's one. Hold on. Whoa. I bought one of these, you know, but it's like it's not working. I bought 3 of them, so I'd have enough, but I just found it kept getting in the way, and I didn't like it. Okay, so that one's done. We have 2 parked threads left, and the block is almost done. That's pretty good. Let's do this one. And Chris crochets a lot. Hola, I'm new here. Welcome in. And Christina says, yeah, I could make something with frozen shrimp, but that would mean a little late dinner, or ordering something via DoorDash. And everyone's saying welcome. And Fred crochets a lot. And this is not the max color version. This is the mini. And I actually think that it's a very good version. I'm not having any issues with it. It is a little blurry, but like the on the other side there's like a little lamp, and I stitched the lamp, and the lamp was just, it had such a pretty glow to it. I just think it looked good. I do think this is one of an older Heaven and Earth chart, and I think that there's a difference in the older charts, like Christina said. So I think that it's fine. I didn't really notice much. I think it's very clear, so I don't really have any issues with it. I like it. I was worried about it, but I have seen the max color, and I don't really think I mean, yes, it is clearer, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't feel like I have to redo it because of that. Let's see. And I'm just, sometimes the one thing about the diagonals is that you kind of lose perspective of where things are. But it's not horrible. Did I do that right? Yeah, okay. So Chris crochets a lot. Do you also stitch? And Laura says, I have one of those stretchy things. They would clip on my shirt with a pair of scissors. Yeah, I just don't like stuff on me. I find that it bothers me. I had one of those for weaving, and I would use it when I was teaching, and it was really handy then. But I did something, and it ended up falling on the floor or something, and just sprang like a leak. It was just so funny. It was actually really comical. So it broke, and I didn't have one for a while. I think I'm going to end this here. It's kind of on the short, yeah, it's kind of on the short side. So I'm going to end it. So I bought new ones, but I don't know. They're still pretty tight. And like if I have it attached to my cart, it just like pulls my cart. I had it attached to my stand. It's just, I don't know. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it in a place where I wanted it. And when I have my scissors on, like, for example, on the arm of my chair, I end up dropping them. And they are so sharp that they're so well balanced that they land point down into my floor. And that's happened about 5 times already. So yeah, interesting thing. It's kind of funny. Okay, so now we're going to do this color. All these parked threads pretty much did the whole block up. That's pretty cool. So I have, as I said, I have 2 magnets on either side of my cart on the corners. And so then I have a pair of scissors on each corner. And that works really well. So I figure, yeah, I'll do that. I'm kind of surprised with this pattern that I really like it. I'm enjoying stitching it. I, don't have a lot of, I had a couple Aimee Stewart patterns started, but then I kind of stopped them because I was like, I don't know. I'm going to do this stitch and then I'm going to park it up higher because I think, I don't know. That's my idea anyway. Let's see where this, yeah, I might as well. It's not that far. So let's undo the box. Mark that, wait. I'll mark that one. And I want to put that here. It's kind of far. It's okay though. It's not too far. Put that there. And put my box back. And do that. And now we have, oh, there's a couple of colors left. Okay, so now I can turn it back on the, whoops, I just messed that up, by number. And we'll start there. And there, it did it. Okay, so, yeah, I don't know about this one. Okay, so, and I keep pushing the wrong buttons. So let me see what's going on. Okay, so Lizzie said someone gifted me the Max Color version of Love Letters, Chocolate Shop. It's just such a lovely pattern. I really love it. And Clara says, hello, Clara, welcome in. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee before I start the next color. Oh, it does really look good on the screen. And I will say that comparing fabric, I'm pretty sure this is DMC and it's just so much nicer. But, price point is a thing. This isn't a really huge piece, so it fit in one cut. Okay, so 327. Let me see if I can find, oh, got one. Oh, I almost pulled out another thread. Oh, that's a pretty color. It's like a, let's see, it's like a plum. Okay, and that's gonna go, and it is, I'm just gonna do a single stitch here and end it. So this is how I've been doing my ending stitch. I'm gonna try it again. This, like I said, this DMC is much more, it's much more forgiving. I'm really noticing the difference between the DMC fabric and the Zweigart. As I said, the Zweigart is still great. So this is what I've been doing. So I leave the loop because I find it's easier to get the loop. And I leave like a little loop at the bottom so I can pull it. And I'm putting it down the middle. So actually I'm gonna, and then there. Oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah, definitely this fabric is easier to, it's easier to get the needle through the fabric because it's not as starched. Yeah, that looks good. And now I can put that back on the board. 327. Oh wait, was there another one? Did I pull the wrong one out? Oh, there's two of them. Okay. Now no, it's the same. I had two needles there. And yeah, sending healing hugs to everybody because we all are just a hot mess sometimes. So these ones, I'm going to do that other stitch, 640. Sorry. So I've been also, another thing I've been doing is I am rolling my fabric up a little differently. I usually roll it like I do the, like when you make fish in paper en papillote, you know, when you roll, you do like a fish in parchment and how you twist the paper so it stays. I sort of do my fabric that way. So I was rolling it towards the hoop, which works. It works fine. And then I was watching Yogi because I got the idea. Actually, I got the idea before I started watching Yogi. But like, I was like, oh, she does it like I do it, but I do it the opposite way because I work in, you know, I work in the well instead of the other way because I find it more comfortable for my hand to have a flat surface underneath than to have the ridge. So the other day, I was irritated because there was a lot of fabric on the front and it was rubbing on my wrist, which made my wrist irritated. And I thought, wait a minute, what if I did it the other way? So I turned my hoop over and did it like I had my hoop the other direction. And it's like, awesome, because now it's out of the way. So that's good. I figured that out. And then I'm going to end this because the other ones are pretty far. So I'll end that one here. But I did notice that my stitching was on the outside. So I need to figure out a little bit better system. For example, I've got the other side. I've started working on the other side first, and then I switched to this side. So that part is sticking out. So I have it in a little cloth bag, but I'll need to like maybe lay a piece of fabric on top of it so it's not, you know, just to protect it a little more. Excuse me, my voice is like, ugh. Sorry. So that was 640. Let's see if I can get that to stay on there. It seems like the sun is trying to come out. I don't think it will succeed. Okay. And we got one last color. And I think that, ooh, yeah, okay. 676. But I keep hitting my arm on the bag because it's hanging down. 676. I think this is a shorty. So I think I will do a new thread. No, it's not. Oh, amazing. That's a really long thread instead. Let me make sure I've got the right one. That's 666. There's 676. Okay, so Leah's telling Clara we've set up a Discord server, and Lizzie needs all the healing hugs now, and Fred, you're gonna make fun of me. I mean, come on. Fred says, I'm gonna need you to say hoop again. What? Hoop? Hoop? Is that the wrong way to say it? Because I don't know. I thought it sounded okay. And Clara says, is discard hard to learn how to get around? No, it's quite simple. And I think it's much better. And Lizzie says, I'm deciding on supersize max color pattern for library cats or the super duper super size max color split in half pattern. And Lizzie says, not that hard. It's quite easy to use. And Fred says, I don't think it is, but it can be a bit overwhelming. Okay, yeah. If you have anxiety like me, but it's easy to get the hang of. Laura says, just downloaded it to we're beginners discorders together. And wait, did I miss something? Hey, Hope. I don't know why it's so cute. Fred. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. I think that has a lot to do with, I also speak Swedish, so sometimes the words come out different now. Not that my Swedish is very good, and Christina can attest to that. I don't know. I don't think I ever speak Swedish around Christina. You're saying it, let's see. Clara says, Laura, you're probably more tech savvy than I am. Here's to us newbies. Don't be that way. You got it. You can do it. And we're here to help you. It's easier to do than Facebook. It's like, I don't know. It's cool. I think you'll like it. So I decided to do these stitches outside of the box just because they're right there. And they make sense to do them outside. I have to move that bag. It keeps hitting my arm. It's like fallen down a little bit. Let me clip it. That's a good idea. There we go. It like hits my arm and it's like irritating. Okay, no, that's just Discord. I keep getting my watch keeps buzzing. I muted the rest of my Discord friends. So that looks a bit funky. I don't know, it's fine. Well, let me do this real quick. Sorry about the rattling around. I'm just gonna, okay, no, it's fine. Okay, so yeah, here we go. Has anybody gotten a chance to watch Anne Max Color Stitcher today yet? I'm like eager to see what she decides about the Library of Cats. I know she likes the heart hanger fabric. Did I mess that up? I think I did. I did. Oops. Okay, well, sometimes I can't count. And we're just going to go with it. I'm curious to see how she does, because I know she likes the heart hanger fabric. So, and I know she's having a hard time getting some. So hopefully she's able to get enough to do it. So let's see. Clara says, I do have anxiety after I take meds for it. And Christina says, her Swedish is, yeah, you know she isn't Swedish. Of course. I like the basic stuff. It's probably why I stick to Pattern Keeper. I felt that way about Saga, but the more I use it, the more comfortable I feel about it. Yeah, that's the thing with Saga. It's just awesome. You know, it does, you do have to learn, you know, it takes a little bit of learning, but once you get it, the benefits outweigh all of it. You know, you can see that I've been using it pretty much primarily for the last year, and I love it. It just feels so natural for me now. And when I go back to Pattern Keeper, I'm like, it's so clunky, and so like it's missing the good stuff. I mean, I still use Pattern Keeper because like my dictionary of coffee pattern didn't work in, it hardly works in Pattern Keeper either, but it didn't work in Saga at all. And my Gamer Nouveau will have to be done in Pattern Keeper, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm okay with that. So, let's see. Okay. Clara says, I've lots to learn about Saga, but I'm going to give it a try, and it's worth it. Really, it seriously is. And Silver says, cross-stitching is my only hobby where you distrust your ability to count to 10. Oh, 100%. And, you know, I counted this, and I know that I did it. Well, I thought I did it right. Obviously. Didn't. But, you know, these are just, there's no structure for this. If it was like a structure where that color mattered, I would probably fix it, but it doesn't. You know, it's just blending in the colors right here, so I will stick with it, and it's fine. I don't actually don't see how it would make a difference. I mean, sometimes you see something and it's like, obviously that is definitely the wrong color. You want to fix it, but they're practically the same colors. I mean, I can tell the difference, obviously. One is darker, one's lighter, but yeah, it's fine. Okay, and then we did that, and we can park that. See, that square is almost done. Okay, so this one will go here. And I am checking up. I mean, there's more up at the top, but it will go down, straight down. So I'm not going to worry about that so much. I will still park that one here. And let's see, we're going to, whoops, yeah, do that, whoops. And bucket. I love the bucket. Let's see. Yeah, these ones will be individual as well. And let's see. Lizzie, that's why I draw the 5th column lines into. Yeah, the little squares are so great in Saga. And Fred says, crochet makes me distrust my ability to count past 3. Sometimes counting to 5 can be a struggle. Yeah. Malin says, I find with the higher counts, it's hard for me to remember which square I'm supposed to work in. Yeah. You know, and that's the thing. It's like, they're all tools. You don't have to be hardcore. You know, there's no reason to make more work for yourself. I know, Yogi was talking about the challenge, which, you know, it's interesting, but I also know my limitations, my visual limitations, and I know that it will be super frustrating for me. And, you know, I'm an adult. I don't have to do anything I don't want to, you know? And I'm glad that, you know, I think it's good to challenge yourself as long as you feel like it's something you can do. And I know that a lot of people have vision issues. You know, I don't know if I've said it before, but I used to teach weaving classes for the seeing impaired. And being seeing impaired doesn't mean you can't do anything either. So there is that. But, you know, people who are seeing impaired have tools they use to make things easier. One of the ladies, she used her braille machine to mark her shuttles. Another one, I love this one. She used to hold up a shuttle and say, "Is this red?" You know, she'd scream across the room, "Is this red?" You know, and it's like, you learn to adapt. But you also have to know your limitations. Like, these ladies couldn't set up the loom by themselves, so we did it. That's why I got so good at setting up looms, because I was doing it all the time for these ladies. And, they did help in certain parts where they could. But, realizing limitations is a good thing. Okay. So I think that I'm going to move my box over one. Nope, actually. Oh, I don't know. I might go back up to the top and start. Yeah, I think I will. Okay, so I'm going to go back up to the top and start working down, and that way I can clean up. Well, that one's pretty clean. Okay, so yeah, that's where we're going. We're going to the top. So, let's see. Lizzie says, I only have iPhone, so using Saga is not possible for me. I'm looking into getting an iPad, but I'm not sure I'll be able to afford one. Use Pattern Keeper, though. Don't you have a tablet? Because you can use Saga on a tablet. There is a link in Yogi's Facebook group that I uploaded a Saga file that you can use to use Saga. And Saga is awesome. And Clara says, Suzanne, do you use a stylus when using Saga? No. I have a stylus. I have two of them, but my tablet is just a cheap Temu tablet. It works great, but the stylus just doesn't work very good. So I don't bother. I use my finger. And Christina says, not to brag, but I'm working on this frame and it lines up. Oh, okay. We need a celebration for that. And let me take a drink. And Lizzie says, I tried using paper patterns, but my vision blurs and the symbols mix up. Yeah, exactly. Same for me. Don't do it. Fred will be back. And Meow Lynn says, Lizzie, I got a cheap Android tablet. Yep, same for me. I'm an Android girl. I don't do I don't do Apple. Alex had a let me move this around a little bit because I'm going to go up to the top. Oops. Alex had an iPad and I absolutely hated it. I used to want an iPad until he had one and I decided that it was trash. And I know people like iPads. I'm not, or iPhone, iOS. I'm not, knocking anybody on that, but I just was like, no. So I don't have one. But Android tablets are kind of cheap, and that's okay. The one I have is cheap. But Lizzie, if you have an Android tablet, absolutely you can use Saga. I found a version on the web that I was able to download, and it installs perfectly. I've installed it on my tablet and actually 3 phones, and it's worked awesome. Even on a really super old phone, it works. So you don't need to have a fancy new tablet for it. And Malin says, I recently switched over to Android and honestly like it a lot better than Apple. It's much more intuitive, in my opinion. I find it's just, I really struggled, and I'm not, it's not that I'm not tech savvy either. I can get my way around computers just fine and all that. I just really struggled. So, this one right here, these ones are like really short and then they're long. And so like for some reason, so when Alex got his iPad, so he got it, it's over 10 years ago. He doesn't use it. He doesn't use it anymore. He has an Android tablet now. His dad bought him. So when we were first setting it up, so this is when I was still with my ex. So that was a while ago. Almost 10 years now. When we were setting it up, we were trying to set up the Apple, account because it needed an Apple account. And so we tried to set up an Apple account for him. So it was his own Apple account, right? But for some reason, God knows why or what happened, somebody had signed up using his email address, which is pretty, that was really random if somebody had his, used his email address, because he's had his email address since he was born. I made it the week he was born. And so his tablet said Alex Bowen for the whole time because we couldn't change the name of it. You could not change the name, even though it was his own email address and his iPad. It wouldn't allow us to change his name. And that's just not right. So that doesn't happen, with Google. I've never had that happen with Google anyway. I've got plenty of Google accounts. I just don't appreciate that an iPhone would start to slow down significantly after they push out new iPhones. Yeah, exactly. But they do that with Android too. But I recently saw a news thing about the EU is forcing them to mandatory. They already changed it so that iPhone has to use USB-C. So all the phones have to use USB-C. And now they're also, I wanted to park this one. I wanted to not park it. I wanted to finish it. They're also making it so that batteries have to be, you have to be able to replace the battery, and it has to last for 10 years because, a phone lasting for a year and then all of a sudden it's slowing down because they want to sell more products is not good for our environment. I almost did that again. And so that's what the EU has decided. And honestly, I think that's a good thing. I think, my phone, I have it's a Realme 8. So it's almost 3 years old. It just started slowing down this year. And I mean, it still charges really fast. And, I could probably go a whole day without charging it if I'm careful. But, considering how it was to begin with, it's significantly, less battery time. But the phone itself is in great shape and there's no reason to need a new phone. I haven't broken it or anything. So I don't know. I'm filming with it. So, okay. So, Malin says, okay, I read that. Lizzie says, I have my tablet open and on files. Where is the link to download Saga on Android tablet? Okay, so did you get the file from Yogi's Facebook group? Did you download that? If you downloaded that, then it should be in, if you go to files, then download on files, then download on your phone. I mean, your tablet. It should be in there. And I think if I remember right, it's like CSS GP or something like that. That's what the file is called. See if you can see that. Let me see if there's any more of this. There's no more of those stitches. See if you can see that on in your files if you downloaded it. Because if you download it, you know, if you click the file from Facebook, it will download it. It'll ask you if you want to download it, maybe, I think, but it should download. Christina knows me. She knows me well. No, I do not have an iPhone. I have never had an iPhone. I will never have an iPhone. They're just... Christina's an iOS person. Just like our Moribu phaser. You know, it's okay. She can like that. I don't have to. So, I mean, I did want an iPad at one time because there's a knitting app that was supposed to be so good, Knit Companion, and I got it for Android, and it was just horrible. It was like they didn't even bother. It's like, oh, we have it for iPad, so we'll just kind of go through the motion for Android, and it was really bad and wasn't even worth it. So I finally got rid of it because I was like, I'm not using that. But then when Alex got his iPad, I was like, no. Let's see. Okay, I'm waiting for Lizzie to talk about that. Okay, so 436 is the next color. Okay, so what do you open it with? Cross Stitch Paradise or package installer is what you want. That is definitely what you want. And Janine says, hello, you're probably almost done. I thought I would drop in and say hello. Hello, Janine. Welcome in. We have also started a Discord group if you're interested. The link is pinned in the chat if you're interested. I haven't been there since the stream started, but Fred's been checking it out, or Fred's been helping everybody out, so it's there if you're interested. So yeah, if you do package installer, that's what you want, Lizzie. And then, have you used Cross Stitch Paradise yet? Because you just said you have it, so that's awesome. Because if you have Cross Stitch Paradise, then it makes Saga much easier. Clara says, I'm an iPhone 8 and no longer can access Etsy. I mean, see, that's crazy. Well, can you use Etsy on the web? I know Etsy does weird things like when you have the app, it'll be like, you can't, it'll like keep pushing you to go to the app when you want to use the web. Or like when you buy something and you go to download it, you can't download it with the app. You got to use the web. So that's kind of an Etsy thing, I think. And so this one, and then this. My fabric is a little bit loose up at the top, it feels like. And then I will park this here. Okay. And I'm going to take a sip of water. Oh, I still have some coffee left. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 6. How many stitches have I done? Oh, I'm like, 178. That's not too bad, considering how much we've been chatting. I have 242 stitches left to do. I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's see. Okay, so now Lizzie says, next question, do I have to pay to use the app? Absolutely not. You're good. And Dragon Lady, hi. Welcome in. And Clara says, oh, I haven't tried the web. Yeah, if you can't use the app, I would just use the web. It's installed and just wanted to know if I have to pay. Nope, you don't have to pay. And Madeline says, Janine, I'm on my second bag of Lindt dark chocolate balls. Ah, if I have cavities, I'm going to blame you. That's great. You can't blame me because I haven't eaten any of those. Let me move that. Okay. And you joined the Discord group. Great. Welcome in. Okay. Let me mark these before I forget. It's a lot of little bitty stitches here and there. That's okay. 6:40. My coffee is definitely kicked in. Maybe I didn't have enough coffee yesterday. That's possible. Oh, that's not too short. Oops, almost dropped my board again. I have that little piece of Velcro. It's like a plastic Velcro. There's like 4 stitches. I think I'm going to just stitch these because I don't have a lot of thread on here. Well, it's not too bad, but I'm just going to stitch them. Executive decision on stitching it. And I forgot that I spun Spirited Away, and I was supposed to work on it yesterday, but I just wasn't feeling very good, so I stuck it, actually I stuck it in my scroll frame and then didn't do anything with it. So it's sitting there waiting for me. So I think I'll work on that tonight later on. And so I didn't get to all of my projects. Actually, I'm just going to park this. Oh, I need to mark that real quick. I didn't get to all my projects that are on my wheels, but since I'm doing this now, I'm going to reset it. Reset both wheels and just start over and just see what happens. There. Well, let's do this one down here too. And so because I'm doing live streams pretty much every day, I have decided that if I don't get my 500 stitches during the live stream done, that I'm just going to call that a day so that I don't like force myself. I don't want to do it 2 days in a row kind of thing. I mean, I'm sure you guys don't mind, but I don't really want to. So like today, I'm probably not going to get to 500, but I did do some yesterday. And unless I'm like really like, oh God, I got to work on this, but I've already worked on it 2 days. And Janine says, not my fault. Meowlin says, my fiance went out to the store and got 2 more bags yesterday. Oh. Dragon Lady says, has anyone purchased the Painting Fairy scroll frame? Any advice? Janine has them. And Janine's hubby loves and eats them all, so I don't buy them very much. I believe Janine has the Painted Fairy scroll frames, I believe. I like the idea of them, but I don't, you guys can't see this, but I have my frame sitting upright and it's like in my face. So it's because I can't, because I have a herniated disc in my neck, I can't crook my neck down. So I look straight at my hoop. And that's why this hoop, this frame I have, why the scroll thing didn't work as well, because I couldn't sit it in the right position, but the hoop works. So that's why I've kind of stuck to the hoop. Okay, so 7, 7, 9. I put that back in there. Oh, it was pretty short. All right, well, I'll get a new one. I think, oh, there's another one. The middle column of this is like a hot mess. Oh, that's pretty long. Lizzie, what I would do is convert, do a heaven and earth, not a huge one just because it's easier to, check it. But so what I do when I convert, well, also on my YouTube channel, I have some tutorials on how to convert stuff. I also post them on Yogi's group. Just basic heaven and earth conversions. Paradise is made for, that, like, Max, the guy who did it, he has settings for example, Heaven and Earth, Tilton Crafts, a lot of those places. I think Pain Free Crafts also. So they're set up already. So there's really not much you have to do. But I will say sometimes there are patterns, even from Heaven and Earth, that fail. I know we had the Sweet Shop. There were a bunch of stitches that didn't show through. And this is not Paradise problem or Saga problem. It is how it's charted. The charting, there's either a symbol that's not completely right, and so it leaves a blank spot. And that's part of the charting process. That's happened with like the Medusa doll maker. And when a chart doesn't work like that, I just use Pattern Keeper. I know I had some problems with some Stitches So Beautiful, but I updated Paradise and then that problem went away. So if you have problems, there's an updated version of Paradise on Yogi's group as well. So, it's not a permanent thing if you have issues. But like I said, I convert stuff all the time and rarely have issues. And sometimes, and usually it's things like an Etsy pattern or something similar to that. But Heaven and Earth, 99% of the time works fine. I just converted the Library of Cats Max Color for somebody today, and it worked fine. I know Ellen had troubles with her supersize Max Color, double supersize Max Color, and I personally don't know what the issue is, but my guess is it's not Saga, it's not Paradise, it's something to do with the chart itself, which makes the app not work. So it's not like glitching or anything like that. This is what I've found. Yeah, I still use Pattern Keeper for certain patterns. If it doesn't convert, I use Pattern Keeper. But I will say that Saga is just so much better. There's just so much more going for it. Highly, highly recommend. It's worth learning it. I've done a bunch of videos because I know when I started, it was kind of difficult because there were some videos, but it was from people who were also still learning it, and they were like, yeah, maybe I don't really understand this too much either, but here we go, and they were great videos. I learned a ton from them, but I also know that there were some things that I wish I had known better. And yeah, so, take your time, give it a chance. Don't, feel like you're going to know it completely from day one. I'm still learning about features and I love it. And, like something that was kind of a pain was taking another pattern and then importing it. Well, importing it was not a problem, but then having to transfer my work from Pattern Keeper. But the thing is with Saga is you can make if you work, so for Christina, she does cross country. And so she had a harder time converting her charts or converting her progress because it's harder to figure out where everything is. But when you work in, like I do, where you're pretty much working in the whole thing, you can just make your box, your selection box, the same size as what you've already worked. And then you don't select a color, and then you just hit the bucket. So it's really great. Yeah, that's the right place. I was like, is that the right place? So, it's just, you don't have to be afraid of it. It's fine. I've definitely had harder things to figure out than this. So, you can do it. I know you can do it. Have faith in yourself. And we're here to help you if you have problems. No problem whatsoever. Just let us know. And if you find something you don't understand, tell me and I'll do a video, or I can just show you live. That's not a problem either. So I did those 2 stitches. I'm so excited that Saga has everything that I wished Pattern Keeper had. And that makes me so happy. Okay, that's 932. I'm putting that back on the board. Okay. It seems you have to pay for Paradise. No, you don't. Did you download it from the App Store or did you download it from Yogi's group? If you downloaded it from the App Store, then it's kind of wonky. Supposedly you don't have to pay for it. I couldn't figure out how to make that work. But if you want, you can get it from the Facebook group. I uploaded the most recent version and it's free. And Janine talked about the scroll rod. The frames are heavy. Wait, it scrolled up. Hold on, let me look at this real quick. The frames are heavy. You kind of need the stand for them. I have a sofa stand and a clamp stand for my smaller frame. Dragon Lady says, can I ask you what size you got and how do they hold the fabric? Do they hold the fabric as taut as I've seen? Janine says, painted fairy frames and stands are an investment for sure, but worth it in the end. They hold the fabric super tight, which I love. I got the one that is 50 to 100 centimeters with round ends. Janine says, I'm trying to find the exact item, but I'm having trouble with my work computer. Dragon Lady says, Janine, thanks so much for the info. I used wooden scroll frames for years, but have so many, but I do have tension problems at time. And they have a new color, yellow. I want a purple one, but I worry about it not being the right size for me. So Lizzie, if your Paradise doesn't work, then go in and remove it, uninstall it. You can long press the icon and uninstall it, and then go download it from the files section in Yogi's Facebook group. That's the most recent one, and it will work. And you do the same thing. You open it with the installer. And Janine says, it's tricky to get the fabric in the frame at first, but once you get it, it's easier. It gets easier and the tension is awesome. Oh, I know. I was using my wooden one. I was like, the tension on this is so bad. Oh, cold caramel latte. Still good though. Okay. So I think that I'll go for another half an hour, or if I finish this block, and then I'll go because I probably should make dinner. But, you know, we're having fun, and that's okay. As long as you guys want to stick around, I'm good with it. Okay, 3772. I almost picked the wrong color, and there are none. Okay, so I can get one off my thing. 3772. So, you know, let me know if that helps, Lizzie. And if you, well, it's the file is there. It's, you know, it's pretty simple. Download, open it up, and then you got it. Also, Paradise is a markup tool as well. So, you know, you can also use it as a markup. But, and it's good. You know, I think it's actually pretty good, but I prefer Saga. Also, if you have to do some editing in Paradise of your pattern. So, for example, I want to say Stitches So Beautiful is okay. I think no, they have to be edited because okay, so Paradise depends on you having your 1 to 35 numbers or your 1 to 9 numbers as 01 to 09. You can't just use 9. It doesn't recognize it. So then if the chart uses 9 instead of 09, then it will give you an unknown color, which is really easy to do. Dragon Lady, I am trying to have a schedule. It's kind of hard because like today I was messing around with stuff, so I came on at 3:45 instead of 3:30. But I'm trying for 3:30, which is you're on the West Coast, so that's what, 9 o'clock? No, wait. 3 is 9. Math. 6. It's quite early for the West Coast, unfortunately. But I'm trying to come up with a good time zone, and yeah, it is what it is. So right now it is 6:15 here in Sweden. I'm in the it is Central Europe summertime. So if you look at like Stockholm time, you can see. And that's the other thing with the Discord. You know, I can put in if I'm going to stream or if I'm not going to stream. And you don't have to look at the community tab because, you know, YouTube doesn't always message people like they should. So 9:50, is it 9:15 now? Right. Okay. Yeah. Is 6:30. I should know this. I know it's not. I'm 9 hours ahead of California or West Coast or Pacific time. Pacific Standard Time. Oh, I can't talk today. Okay, 3787 is the next color. Nope, not on the board. 3787. I know it's kind of early. I was looking at different times, but I really, you know, it like if it's earlier, then it's, you know, it's kind of difficult. If it's later, it's kind of difficult. So, you know, I had to pick something that worked for, you know, I was hoping that I'd be able to do something earlier so the Australians could come in, but I wouldn't be able to consistently stream earlier because of Alex, because, you know, I really need to make sure that he's home and all that stuff, and yeah, it's just a bunch of stuff. So we'll, you know, it's still pretty new, and 3:30 is kind of it kind of works for me anyway, because I'm awake because I'm definitely not alert in the morning. And it's before dinner, and yeah, it's been okay time, hopefully. Ah, you'll set an alarm. Okay. Also, I managed the conversion but cannot find where I saved it. Okay, so go into your files and look for internal files. At least that's on my tablet. It's in what's called internal files. And then in the internal files, it'll say cross stitch. When you find that folder, cross stitch, then you click in there, and then you click PDF. Let me see. Let me do this real quick. I'll show you. Here, large screen, the saga. Okay, so I'll show you on mine. Okay, so we go into files, and it's a Google Files, you know, when it opens, and my file folders are a mess. I need to clean it up again. So mine is called internal storage, right? Can you see that okay? And then it's cross stitch. And it just shows that that folder's called cross stitch. Do you see that, Lizzie? Oh, the thing is not caught up here. I'm like looking at the screen. Okay, so then you go into cross stitch, and then you want PDF imports. And then what I usually do is I sort it by newest, so that whatever I've just converted is at the top. So, you know, it's just easier. And then you just click it. And so when you click it, it'll ask you if you want to open it. So here, let's say for here, we'll do this one. If I click that, it's a diz. It'll ask me to open with, and I leave it this way because sometimes I want to maybe do, you know, an edit to it so that I can go into Paradise. But otherwise, you go into Saga, and it'll open it up for you just like that. The other thing is if you do edit it, so when you edit a file in Paradise, when it comes up in Paradise, it'll ask for your password, and your password is the email that you have set in Paradise. And that's all you have to do. I mean, there is a lot of weird stuff, you know. You learn about it though. And as I said, in my YouTube tutorials, I have them all in a playlist. There is like Paradise videos, and let me make sure I get this in the right spot. And Saga tutorials, you know, and just play around, have fun, you know, convert things that you wouldn't actually do, you know, if you feel like it. I downloaded a freebie pattern from Heaven and Earth to test it out. I did a tutorial with that one because I figured it was, you know, it was safe kind of thing to use as a tutorial. Another thing that will come up if you're doing a pattern by another company that uses the 1 instead of 01, that Paradise will recognize it as white because Heaven and Earth uses 1 for white instead of B5200 or blanc. So, you know, you might have to look, and you just edit it, and that's okay. Let's see, let's mark that. I need to lock that. And, you know, don't give up too easily because there is a learning curve. and that's okay. You know, you figure you get used to it as you work on it more. I mean, I feel like most of this is second nature for me now. I don't really have an issue with it. I do wish my stylus would work better. And I'm not sure. I've bought two stylus, or one came with my my tablet, and I bought another one, but neither work all that great. I'm just not super happy with that. Oh, that's long enough. Yay. I'm going to have to up my board a little bit, maybe. And you found it. Great. And I'm really glad that everyone is interested in coming here. It's really making my day. I am super excited about it, and I love doing the streams. Oh, that stitch is not sitting there good. Let's see if I get this in there right. Is that the right one? Yeah. I just noticed one of these stitches is kind of loose. That's when I was using the May 51 start. Oh, I got a fuzz there too. Oh wait, no, I just pulled up another color. I'm going to take that out because it's pulled up there we go, an end. It pulled up an end. See, that looks just ish. Let me see if I can fix that without messing it up. I have a piece of thread here. This stitch right here is really loose, and I'm hoping that it won't come out. There. Okay, that might work. That's something that, you know, I have the snag nabbit, but sometimes it's a little rough. I worry about it being too rough on the stitches. And something I learned from Stuart and Stitches, his channel is great. I love him. He's so fun. He had a threaded needle with a little knot on the end, and he uses it like the snag nabbit, but for finer steps. See, that stitch is coming out. I don't know. Okay, and I may have to reconsider that. That's from when I was working on it before. This is not a new stitch. Yeah, I don't know. I may take that out and redo it. Okay, so I'm gonna park this over here. It's on here, this line. I'll do that. Okay. That's a bit far, but that's okay. Okay, so okay, so Lizzie says, I tested a pattern that I have not started. Next question, is it possible to upload a started pattern? Yes, but no. And Janine says, I bought a pattern on Etsy and I uploaded it into PK and not one color came up. The pattern is there, but I was starting to edit all of them. Oh, yeah, see, that's the big reason the Etsy just, you know, you get stuff that's not meh. Yes, you can have it for Android, same way as Lizzie got it. Get the files on Yogi's Facebook group. So you can still edit them to work in Pattern Keeper, but it's a pain in the behooty. And the chances of it working in Saga are kind of slim too, but they can work. And definitely it's easier to edit it also. So Lizzie, so for example, if you want to do, let me show you on this. Let me fix this real quick, and I'll show you on another pattern that has nothing on it. Okay, so I go out and, for example, I'm gonna work on, here we go. Let's use the winter cookie party. because I can just change it and it's fine. So say, I've not done anything on this ever. Okay, so say you've started Winter Cookie Party, you started wherever you start, and you've done, we'll say you've done a page, right? Let me put this on the big screen so you can see it better. Okay, so say you've done a page. So Heaven and Earth pages are like 80 by 90, okay? So what I would do is, first of all, I would zoom in because it makes your box where you want to have it. And then zoom back out. See, if you're zoomed out, the box is like in the middle, and this is easier. So you've got your big box, right? Yeah, I'll help you with that. Don't worry. Okay. So what you would do is, so for example, you've done one page, right? You may, and the one page in Heaven and Earth is around 80 to 90, right? I mean, they're around there. It's like, you know, whatever. You just do it however big you've done. So you've done a whole page. You know you have that done, right? Yes, it's the full version. It's the full version on Yogi's group. I uploaded it there. I know it works. Both Android, both Paradise and Saga are there. Okay, so this is the easiest way you could do it. So you open up your little thing, and it's locked right now, so nothing's going to happen, right? You can pick colors and whatever, but you have that whole thing done. Unlock it and bucket. Now you've got a whole page marked. If you did diagonals, you would, you know, same thing. Do your diagonal. Let's see. Let's do it that way. Do your diagonal. Let's undo that real quick. Undo your diagonals here-ish. You bucket. And now you have your diagonal done. If you've done row by row, so let's undo it again. If you're like I did when I started using Saga, let's lock that again. When I started using Saga, I was doing row rows. So my tablet is just so hard to do sometimes there. So I was doing row rows. So I would do my box too high and bucket, you know, and you can keep it locked and bucket. And then you just move your thing over, and you know, it doesn't even have to be lined up. You can just like overlap it even and bucket. And that's how you would mark your pattern that you've already started. But what I said, you know, so then what I had to do afterwards, because I had a lot of park threads, I'm actually still finding park threads on the Golden Gate Bridge because I haven't worked on it completely. Awesome. I'll rewatch the stream and I'll see if it can get it going. You know what? I will, so then I'm going to undo that because, you know, obviously I'm not doing that yet for my thing. I'm going to move this back over so it's ready when I do start this project, which won't be for a while. So what I can do also is I can post those things in Discord. Yeah, I'll put them in Discord. Or if someone's in Yogi's Facebook group, you can download it and put it in the Discord. Either way, you know, we'll get it done. So because I have the most updated Saga and Paradise now, the Paradise one really you need to have updated because the one that I had before was glitching. So the updated one works better. Okay, so 3860. So I will Also, you know, I have the YouTube videos that explain how to use Saga and all that as well. And honestly, if you guys want if you can think of something that you think doesn't quite do what you want, or you're not sure how to do it, I'll do a video. I did a video the other day, which I need to edit it and re-upload it, about Britt from the Facebook group. She had a question about 6 portals. She had a color that was discontinued here in Europe, and so that's something that Paradise, it will automatically update that thread color for you, but it sometimes will give you 2 of the same number. But Saga is super smart, and it will combine the 2 colors into one, even though they have 2 different symbols. So it's a little bit confusing, but it's really, really thoughtful. Okay, so, and Janine has to go back to work. I'll catch you later. See you. You might be late to class. Okay, I'll post those later. And I won't tell Yogi that you're going to be late for class, okay? So there's a lot of these. So I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to do this stitch. It's kind of a mess because it's with the parked threads. I really feel like fiddling around with the Saga and Paradise it's been super fun. Like, I don't know, it's just something about it. It's just like fun to learn all the new stuff, figure out all of it, and be able to share it with everybody. Like, oh, look at this, you can do this. The only thing is I do not have the iOS version. And yes, iOS version has a lot more stuff, but I think that's because Google Play doesn't allow Russian apps anymore, and so there's no updates from it. And I kind of wonder if maybe Saga was for iOS to begin with, and so it, you know, a lot of times those apps are better. You know, they're updated better. Wait, let me see. I have a thread that's like, where is that one? It's fine. Let's see, where did I put that? That is that here? It's like loose, and I'm trying to find the end so I can pull it tighter. Because it caught when I did the stitch. I think it is one of these green ones. I suspect it's this one. Yeah, okay, it's that one. Oh, I know why it's doing that, because it doesn't like that direction. I'll fix that real quick, if I can. No, I can't. It's stuck now. So it won't go anywhere. That's where, like, when you think about which direction you're working, you have to be a little mindful, and I wasn't. I just did it how I usually do it. I should have done it a little differently, and that's why it stuck up a little bit. But yeah, it's fine. And that's something that Chris did a video when he did his diagonal video. He explained that really well. I'm gonna end this one. And that goes over here. Make sure I get the right spot. It's pretty far over, and I just decided, executive decision to end it. There. Oh, it's just, they stay so nice. I love it. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, so, wow, it's already Time flies when you're talking like a maniac. That's me. Okay. Okay. Lizzie says, I accidentally pressed the button that says, that says it's 100%. Yes. So when you, I left that open. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, look at this now. I've been stitching with the full screen on. I am so sorry. I've been doing all the stitches. Okay, so if you look here, let me mark these real quick and then I'll show you. Okay, so I'm going to mark that. And the lasso tool is super handy when you have your box. Okay, so do you see the little arrow here on the screen? You know, you see the pencil, the lock, and then there's like a back arrow, and then there's a forward arrow and a bucket and the minimize button right there. You just hit that back button like that and it'll remove it. And you just keep hitting it until it's done. And it happens, but you can keep that from happening by using the selection box and locking it. So see, I can still hit the, that's also, you can still hit the bucket. Oh, I just spit on my mirror, on my magnifier. If you lock it, you can still hit the bucket. So there's still that. But you have less to worry about if you have your box. So that I would undo. Well, no, I need to do that one. So I'm going to bucket that one anyway, because that one's the one that I was doing. So I hope that helps. And I left that open while I was stitching last time. Sorry about that. So let me know if that explained it well enough for you. And I've done that. I did that on a project and I thought, I use goals a lot. And I thought, wow, that's weird. I hit my goal already. It's because I had the box undone and I hit the bucket and I marked every stitch of that color. Didn't notice it. So I had to go back through and undo them. So it's good that you find out before you go much farther. I was already at the end of working on my project, or not, for the day. And I was like, wait a minute. How did I do so many stitches? I swear, sometimes. Sometimes it's just that way. So this one. So I hope that helped. Let me know. Just play around with it. And also the thing is you want to do often is I don't know. I'm kind of bad about it. Because it's kind of annoying. It takes a bit of time to do because it's not as easy as the iOS version for saving. But either save it when you work on it, which, like mine, I'm going to work on these projects once every 2 weeks. So that's not too bad. I could actually do it every time I stop working on a project. Save and back it up. And I use Google Drive for that just because it plays really well with Saga. And also it was really easy for Pattern Keeper as well, I found. So let's see. I'm kind of putting my stitches in such a way that they're covering but not going over everything. Is that right? Yeah. No. Wait, what's that stitch? Uh-oh, I made a mistake. Oh, dear. Okay, well, this is the right place for that one. I'll have to figure that other one out. Well, let me figure that out first. I might just make up for it. I might have hit the button wrong. That happens. And I put that up here. But anyway, let me fix this real quick because Oh, the other thing is that I do is I use this, I unselect the S button. Okay, that's pretty easy enough to fix. And, oops, wait. Oh, I have it locked. I was like, wait a minute. Okay. And I'll do that because I am doing that. And I unselect the S button because then it hides that it's done. And I do find that's really easy. Okay, so Clara says, when I click the Discord link on my iPhone, it says go to the App Store. But I noticed there's a fee. No, there's no fee for the app. Really? Oh, that's crazy. But you know what? You can go to Discord. You should be able to go to Discord through the web browser. And I did not know that there was a fee for the app. That's crazy. See, another reason why not to do that. And Malin says, how do you set a goal on Saga? Okay, so let's look at what I usually do. I have 213 left to get to my 500. So here where the bell is, that's the goal button. You can also do it through in this part and the clock part. You can start a new sprint, but the goal is what you want here. So then you do new goal and you can name it whatever. I usually do it the number of stitches I want so I don't forget. And because a lot of times I'll look at it and then think, well, I made a mistake and yeah, whatever. So then, and then here you go count by marathon. And then upon completion, start a similar task. So those ones that I do 100 stitches for, I often will leave. I'll click that. But I don't want that for this one. So, and then sprint. And that also makes it have the sprint at the same time. So it's a goal and a sprint. And then you just press OK. So, and you can turn it off so you're not watching it. Or you can, whoops, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to, oh, shit. I'm like clicking everything. Oh man, my finger's fat. That's why. So I move it out of the way or I just turn it off. And for some reason, it's going to look like a mess for right now, but we're okay with that. Okay, so I kind of lost track of where I was. Okay, there I am. So you paid for, how much was it? How much was Discord app in the Apple Store? I know they have, like, they try to get you to buy stuff like Nitro and stuff like that. You just ignore it. I haven't paid for that. And here. And then when you mark your stitches off, it'll tell you how many stitches you have per second until it does an hour, and then it's per hour as you do it. So here I'm going to park that. Oops, maybe. And bucket. So now I have 5 stitches. Whole 5 stitches. And you know what? Before I do these ones, I am going to fix this that I messed up. Which is okay because I have it parked here. So I'm not sure how I missed that, but you know, it happens. Okay, no, Discord. Yeah, she was talking about Discord. Saga, well, Saga cost, but I would say if I had to pay for Saga, I would pay for it. No problem. When it does finally go in the App Store, I will definitely go and pay for it. Because I love it. It's awesome. It's only one time. You only have to pay for it one time, and it is completely worth it. Okay, so I fixed that now. So let me bucket. Okay, so now I have one color left, and then, yeah, that's pretty good. That's, yeah, we've been live for 3 hours. That's about right. That's usually what I do. Yeah, so I don't know about that. I guess Fred left. Well, Christina, you've never had to pay for it either, so I don't know. That's weird. Okay, so 3863. I have one, but it's short, so we'll leave that one there. This one needs a long one. And I probably will not work on this later because I want to work on Spirited Away. So, you know, my 500 stitches are not going to get done, but that's okay. I will probably work on Spirited Away more than 100 stitches anyway. So I'm okay with that. It's at 79%. I'm super close. I might actually finish that at some point. Yeah, don't get nitro. I only just realized you've been saying bucket. I thought it was something else. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Thank you, Christina. Yeah, you don't need nitro. You definitely don't. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, there's like a little bucket icon on this wand thing. And Joyce, you know, Stitchy Dutchy, she always called it kick the bucket, and I just love that. So I use that all the time, kick the bucket. And here's another place where I'm going to go outside of the box because it makes sense. Whoops, I dropped my stitch or my needle. So yeah, no, you don't have, it's sort of the same way as Facebook. Facebook wants you to pay shit too, you know? Sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but yeah. And there will be ads, but they're only ads for Nitro. But they're not like all the time. You're not going to get an ad every time you look at something on Facebook, like Facebook, which is just awesome. So it's worth it, I think, anyway. And it'll be fun. We'll have a good time. We'll have anime streaming nights. That'll be super fun, won't it, Christina? I know Christina likes that idea. I know Fred likes that idea. Fred has a Plex from Heck. He's got so much stuff on his Plex. So we can watch anything. Okay. Let's see. Clara says, I'll try it on my Android tablet. Okay, if you download the app on iPhone, it'll get you to get Nitro, but you should be able to choose to ignore it. Yeah, Nitro, I don't know. I've never had it. I know you get like access to new icons and stuff like that, but I can't afford it, and so I don't buy it. And it's not necessary. We don't need it. I know I think Fred has Nitro, so he'll do all the good stuff that Nitro does. But we don't need to have Nitro. Let's see. So I am going to, with this one, because I want, I'm going to go outside the box and do this one over here. I think that's it. Nope, it's up here. Good thing I looked, because I don't want to go back up and do that one. Yeah, why not? Do this way. And I might as well do that. Wait, this one's one I missed. This worked out with the number system, using the number system. If this thread had come up earlier, I would have just ignored it and done it last. But it worked out really well. I'm doing these stitches because I want my thread to not go over the stitched part, and I need to do that other stitch at the bottom of this. And so, yeah, why not do a couple more stitches? And this one, yeah, okay. And I will do these. This looks pretty good. Looks a little, the diagonal looks a little wonky because I went outside the box, but I really want to keep the lines from happening, so I don't mind going outside the box to do that. And this thread, I was thinking this thread was getting a little short, but I'll do this stitch and then I'll park it. It's pretty good for a couple more stitches. And park it right here. Oh, it's pretty long. Okay. Wow. Let me loop that around. Whoops. Oh, I just undid my box. Let me lock that. So you can see I used the little lasso because I don't want to use the bucket because it will. So if I use the bucket now, what it will do is that it will take the stitches, it'll go to the next stitches on the lasso part, even though the box is empty. So I use the lasso, I mark my stitches, then I undo the lasso, and then I bucket. So there we go. We're done with that. And I did 23 stitches in my goal, but that's okay. And then I will, so let me look at this real quick. This diagonal is, let's undo that so we can see it. So you can see this diagonal is done now. Yeah, it is. So now I can take my diagonal over, and now we're going to start going down the diagonal. And I think what I'm going to do, because I know Chris does 3, he does 30. But I think what I'm going to do is probably 5 by 5, just because that's it's like a mini page. So, and it feels like it's a good amount. So I'll do 5 by 5 and then move over and do it that way. Let's see. And so long as I'm not working or have a company, I love an anime night. Okay. Yep. And Clara says, okay, I'll look and see if I can do that, Christina. And Christina said, in the beginning, it's like YouTube trying to get you to get premium. I have premium because I hate ads and I watch YouTube like all the time. And Lizzie says, I'm on premium, this account. I watch a lot and hate ads. So yeah. Also, you shouldn't be getting ads. I don't think you'll have ads. I have not signed up for any of that stuff. So let me know if you start getting ads, so I'll look into that, but you shouldn't be getting ads. So anyway, so I didn't do my goal, but and then the other thing, if you decide you don't want the goal anymore, you just swipe to the left and you hit the can and delete it. Because I didn't really need that goal. So I did 230 stitches. I didn't start a sprint, unfortunately. So I don't know how long it took me to do. But I think it felt like it went pretty good. I didn't feel like I was struggling to make stitches get done and everything. So what I was going to do is I will put the big box back on and I will spin my wheel. So this is for tomorrow. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. Alex comes home and yeah. So my thought is, So I'll go in here and I'm going to reset my wheel, even though I didn't get, there were still some things left. I want to have a completely new wheel for this 2 weeks. I'm trying it that way. So I'll reset my wheel and everything's back. Let me make sure I took off. Yeah, okay, I took everything off that I meant to. And so if something comes up like one of my more full coverage pieces, I will probably do more stitches on those instead of just 100. If it's something I don't really want to work on, then I'll probably only do 100. Okay, so here goes. And, ooh, My Neighbor Totoro. Okay, so that one's a great one. Let's see. I can show you guys what that looks like, and then I'll spin the wheel again. So let me find it. There it is. Let me open. I'm at 28% on this, and this is what this one looks like. I love this one. Oh, it's still way behind. Let me take a drink while it catches up. Clara says, I have premium too, and I'm almost paying 20 a month. Yeah, I know. It's like 150 crowns for me. So this is My Neighbor Totoro tomorrow. And then let's go back to the wheel and see what happens for full coverage. Let me reset the wheel. I had 4 items left. Hopefully one of those comes up, but I'm going to reset it. Okay, let's see what comes up. And decisions. Okay. Okay, so decisions, and you'll ignore that. Okay. Ads. I tried to turn it off before the ad came up. So you guys know what decisions are. So let's see in the chat. Should I do the stream with My Neighbor Totoro or decisions? Let me know what you think, and whichever one, I will stream that one. I streamed in the beginning My Neighbor Totoro, and I did decisions, I think, last week. So here is decisions. It's this one. Oh, it's so adorable. They're both great. So here's decisions. I don't have the backstitch set. It's a little rabbit. Super cute. So whichever one, if I am able to stream, then I will, decide which one. So let me know what you guys think. My Neighbor Totoro or decisions. And I will let you know. I'll set up a stream if I'm able to do it tomorrow, like normal. If I can't, I'll put an announcement on Discord. I know, they're both great, aren't they? I haven't worked on Totoro in, like, let's see, when was the last time I worked on Totoro? And I'm at 28%, so it's kind of like, yeah, I kind of want to work on that. The last time I worked on Totoro was really? March 21st. Okay. That's been a while. So, either way, I don't mind. I'm going to work on both of them. So let's see what we do. Actually, I'll start a poll on our Discord, and you guys can decide which one I should work on during the stream. Either way, I'll work on one or the other. I'll do 100 stitches on one and more on the other one, whichever one, it doesn't matter. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day, and happy Mother's Day to any of the mothers that are here. And I hope you have a a good Mother's Day if you celebrate. And if you have cats and dogs, hopefully they will be kind to you for Mother's Day. So I will let you all go, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Bye for now.